Hello, good evening, and welcome to Thingamajig's Racing Channel. And we are back with the World Racing Community. Yes, we missed last Friday because I was in the throes of celebrations for Mrs. Thingamajig's birthday. So we're back now for round 3. We're at Spa, ladies and gentlemen, right before the timing is impeccable, because we are here right at the beginning of their qualifying. It's a one-shot qualifying, ladies and gentlemen, and I do believe they start on the tyre they qualify on. They've got just enough fuel to reach the end of the race, so there is an element of some fuel save throughout the race, but not a major lot. They still can open up those cars. They're using the Red Bull Junior 2014 or something like that. So we're looking at Shockey on track at the moment as he makes his way through the famous Eau Rouge, and it's an outlap. So we're just watching Shockey make his way around. The tables, they melted, ladies and gents. We're in the middle of a heat wave here in Blighty, and that means things just do not get done. Okay, that's the way it is. So no tables. And if you want to know the results of the round 2 from España, then you'll have to go and check out Chunky Ribina's stream from last Friday evening, and there you will see whom finished where. I know it's not a lot. I haven't done a lot of research. My phone's on charge. I haven't even got my phone with me. I'm going in blind. That's why I'm not telling you any of the rules. Shockey in the chat saying hey legend. Well, hello. And Racing Ferret saying evening thingy and co. Well, hello and welcome. This is your Friday evening, just chillaxing with some Red Bull Juniors around Spa. And the weather's on random, but we know how the random works on GT7. There's 30 slots for sunny and 3 slots for rain. So it's a 30 to 3 chance, or I'll give it 30 to 6 chance that it'll drop on a rainy slot. So still watching Shockey on his outlap. There is a few more out. Letheru. That's not a name I'm going to try and do a lot. I'm even trying to Letheru. I'm not trying to take the mick. I'm honestly trying to see how to say it. Someone will have to spell it out phonetically for me. Oh no, they're not qualifying. Oh, that was just a practice for the beginning of qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. And look at this, 11 riders today. As this now must be, and I think it's a free-for-all. They just do one run. Deviant heading out on a set of medium tyres. I don't know if that's by purpose or if he's done it by accident. So everyone streams out and they get one shot, so they really do want to space themselves out. Anast in a looks like a Brawn livery. No. And then Letheru. I'm going with Letheru. Chunky. I don't know how he got on in España in round 2. He had a bit of a nightmare in round 1. It's not the start he wanted. Autosport, on the other hand, absolutely lit in his Toyota. Absolutely slapping, ladies and gentlemen. He's turned up and he slapped a few people around here and taken their breath away. Like I said, I'm not sure how things got on in round 2, and I wouldn't want to tell you anyway, because you go and watch Chunky's stream for that. There we go. Still horse. Not scared of branding the livery of the Ferrari. It's cursed, I tell you. It's cursed. Some old Italian gypsy lady got upset by Enzo one day and cursed him. Thou shalt only win championships with Germans. So Deviant, then he's on his out. They're all on their outlap. And that's GT. Oh, He had a livery. He had a Alpha Tauri livery, I'm sure. Oh, no, Red Bull. Sorry, missed that. So a Red Bull and an Alpha Tauri for the Greek drivers. Could be Greek. Chunky Ribena, Portuguese. That is a sleek-looking livery, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? It has to be said. Thunder, also with a Ferrari curse upon his head. A dark cloud glooms ahead of him. I missed a chat. Hang on. Oh, I just got my elbow against my wheel. It's Spa. It's got to rain. It should. If everything is right in the world, it should absolutely tip it down. But I wouldn't hold my breath. OJH. Oh, that's nice. Is that like the Renault from Kimi Räikkönen's days? Nice. OJH. Another fresh face I don't recognise. What happened between now and round 2? They've been replaced. Shockey getting out of the way, ready for his run. And now he's not carrying that speed across the line that he would want for a one shot. I don't think he was carrying a lot of speed towards the line there. But he wanted to be behind. Is that Autosport in his Toyota? He didn't want to be held up by that. That's So Deviant, he's on his run at the moment. He's ahead of the class on track for now, but he's on the medium tyres. He's opting in to start the race on the mediums, and he's picked up a penalty with a one-shot qualifying. That really isn't what you need. So Deviant then carrying a half a second penalty already on his flying lap. And Duffman in the Brawn livery, not far behind on the soft tyres, looking sleek so far. A dark horse this season is Duffman. He's looking to pick up a few wins along the way, I'm sure. And no cool today. He's racing for reals in this temperature. I'm surprised the wheels haven't melted on his go-kart. But yeah, Akel unable to make it. And I think Hub said something about power cut. So crazy stuff happening everywhere. Adnap in the chat saying, hello, champion. Why, hello, sir. How the devil are you? You're not racing, you're just hosting today. Still got a wonky ankle. Oh, there's Jed Razeski. I asked someone at work. No, that's not Jed Razeski. Jed Razeski. I asked someone at work who's Polish how to say his name. He told me. So if it's a problem, it's from him. But Jed Razeski, I'm sure he said it said like. So there you go. Oliver in the chat saying evening, couldn't take part tonight. PS5 couldn't handle the heat wave and kept shutting off. Time for that pro, bro. Time to go pro. I haven't even got one. I'm saying it's time to go pro, bro, but I don't even own one. Anyway, people are crossing the line, ladies and gents. We've got Eleftheriou in first. Autosport up there with a solid time in second. Chunky Ribena has posted his time, I believe, his third fastest. Thunder in the pits already in fourth. Duffman sitting in fifth place, 2/10 away from Thunder for half a second. OJH in the pits in sixth. Then we have Deviant sitting in seventh. Anast is only qualified eighth, with Steelhorse just crossing the line for ninth. Shockey in 10th. We saw he wasn't carrying a lot of speed over the line. And Jed Eski hasn't done a time yet. Can he pop it in somewhere? He does in 7th place, ladies and gents. Good work from Jed Razeski. But it is the new lad, Dell, who is sitting on pole position. Ladies and gents, what a debut. Only just though Autosport missing the mark by 500ths of a second. We'll give him that. We'll give him the little bit. 500ths of a second. My word. Autosport 800ths of a second ahead of the chunks. This is going to be very, very close. Thunder Only a tenth behind the Chunks, and he's only 2/10 ahead of the Duff Man. Thunder having a better showing than round one. OJH, a great outing there in 6th place with Jereski. Rigged it up again. In 7th, we're going to carry on with Jed because it's just easier to say. Deviant in 8th. Look at the times, only 500s behind Jed. How's Jed doing against OJH? 600s. This. Oh, that's a big leap from OJH to Duffman though. But we've got 2 pockets of cars, and then 9/10 to Steel Horse, who's 8/10 ahead of Shockey. But I think Shockey, he was not trying. Someone's asking what's the mandatory tyres at the very beginning of the race. Maybe his phone's on charge as well. Possibly. That's why I haven't told you the rules, because my phone's on charge the other side of the room. Oh, Vodka Robbie, the chat saying, good evening, sir. How's it hanging? It's all right. It's where I work is air-conned. I am. Oh, how good! I haven't tried it, man. I did think about getting one on the way home, but I did not do that. But it's definitely on. It's on the weekend agenda. The Big Arch. Yes, I am definitely on board. But no, I have yet to try its delights. But the weekend is mine, so it could be any time. So, yes, Aleth has got it on the top spot with Autosport in 2nd. Autosport flying. Demoted last season to the GP2 section of the races. And man alive, he is just going to absolutely slam it back up into the GT1 category. Faux show. Autosport flying in the Red Bulls. He's going to want another season out of these. He's going to say, no, let's not give up on them. I've heard whispers it's going to be the Group 1 legends, like your Mazda 787s and your whatever else around. So, yeah, some sort of like WEC Masters or something is what the talk is. They haven't made an announcement, but I'm reading between the lines with the go and buy this from Legends today. Go and buy this from Legends today. Do not delay. Buy it from Legends today. So, yeah, I think they're gearing up for some sort of WEC Masters after the Red Bull Junior season. Vodkrop saying, I would say it's probably the biggest burger they've done. Yeah, I read about it. I had a look up today on the old Tinternet to see. Double patty, white cheese. It sounds absolutely crack-a-lacking, and I am going to be on it like a car bonnet. But yeah, just work getting in the way, heat wave. Pub gardens, all sorts of things. So they're organising themselves at the moment. They've done their qualifying. I believe they've got to use the soft and the medium tyre. I think the hard is like, it's there, but you know, I honestly can't. I should go and get my phone. You could always watch the first round. I'm pretty sure I explained it all at the beginning of that one. And they're just gearing up now. We can look at all their points of views. And Autosport, he must be buzzing. Autosport must be absolutely buzzing. He's not going to want to throw this away early doors. And Vodkarov saying, imagine the Big Mac with double QP burgers and the sauce is like BM but slightly more mustard flavour. I've told you, man, you've sold. Take my money now. I am sold. I'm limited on how to get it. There is one I'd say is a minute drive away, so possibly. I've not had any dinner yet, so maybe a post stream. Do you know I'm like 4 replays behind as well? That's getting in the way. I've finally did a stream yesterday, and I've got this live one today, and I think I'm going to have to double up over the weekend. I think there's going to have to be some double hits, double streams. And Saturday's meant to be glorious, man. We're going to be doing some outdoor double streams, location double streams. So these guys gearing up, they've got to get in their heads, you see. They can't just willy-nilly run into a race. They've got to get themselves into a certain mindset. This is a very long race. There could be rain. I mean, the clouds above look slightly grey, don't they? There is a greyness to the track. And here we go. Oh, we can look at the results now. That was just qualifying finishing. I forgot. Yeah, qualifying is... there's no MJ as well. Again, I'm going to spank him. So Eleftheriou is in the top spot with Autosport in second alongside him. Chunky Ribena will be starting in third with Thunder in fourth. Duffman in fifth with OJH sixth. Jed in seventh, Deviant starting in eighth, Anast starting in ninth, Steelhorse 10th, and Shockey in 11th. But I'm telling you, I remember Shockey from round one. He is swift, ladies and gentlemen, and he's going to be looking to make his way through the group. And Chunky Ribena A and Anast GT is A. There's a few A. There's some heavy hitters in the room, ladies and gentlemen. I am intimidated by the amount of A's around. And these guys itching to go for 32 laps around Spa-Francorchamps. Come rain or shine, ladies and gentlemen, it could happen. I wouldn't hold your breath because GT7, the way it works, I explained, it's 30 sunny settings to 6 wet settings. So it's unlikely to land on one of those 6 other than the other 30. Well, you never know. But if their roulette system is anything to go by, no, it's never going to happen. Right then, let's get ourselves braced, ladies and gentlemen, for what we are just about to see. Standing star on the grid. Someone's in reverse. Don't be in reverse. My word, OJH. There we go. We'll look at this pulse here because I daren't look at what's OJH is going to happen. Someone's had a bit of a movement in the middle there, and Ellie away of Grey, Eleftheriou away Grey, but Autosport up the outside. No, he closes that one off, giving Chunky Ribena half a whiff up the Losor. Now there's 3 wide, and oh my word, Autosport, he was wiggling, he was squirreling, ladies and gentlemen, trying to get onto the accelerator, and Thunder has absolutely landed it, and Chunky Ribena, I think he's alongside, he's going to slip in. Yes, he's going to slip into the line, and Duffman also making his way through, and Autosport absolutely swamped at the start there, and my word, it's just, it's painful, but we know Autosport can come back. He has got a Lando Norris starter about him, but he will come back stronger in the race, and they're all bunched up here as we come along the straight. Ladies and gentlemen, what an absolute beauty fest of racing cars we're seeing. Eletha is trying to get away with Thunder in chase. Duffman up to third now with OJH making his way up to fourth. Chunky Ribena slipping down into fifth. Autosport is in sixth. It's not all terrible yet. Shockey is making his way up. He's already in seventh. He's on those medium tyres, ladies and gents. And Autosport as well. He's on the softs. He's trying to get those tyres up to temperature and chasing down the Chunk, who is also on those softs. So Shockey making his way through, but who is that? Is that Shockey on Autosport? It is Shockey absolutely flying at the moment. Autosport in a free fall, it has to be said. Jed as well, he's dropped a few places at the beginning of the race, and it's looking very cramped at this part of the track, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of cars wanting the same piece of land. The Alpha Tauri driver is still ahead of Thunder by 1 second. 1 second Thunder has got to find on the Alpha Tauri driver, Eleftheriou. Duffman in third, 2 seconds adrift of those guys. Then we've got some fierce battlage here with OJH and the Chunky Ribena. Remember, you can catch this action, this very action right here on Chunky Ribena's YouTube channel. Behind them, we've got Shockey and Autosport still dicing, ladies and gentlemen, still dicing for that position. Shockey on the medium tyres, and now Jed is getting himself into this action. Indeed he is, ladies and gents. Let's get on board with the Polish pilot. That's not on board, that's on board. And that one, ladies and gentlemen, and Shockey on those medium tyres, remember, not as much grip as you would expect, so we're staying with this. He's a little far back from the fight, but we're going to see a lovely up through the hill there of Eau Rouge, Rayon. And in the chat then, Bob said he's had it out then up to P4 is insane. And OJH, yeah, I thought it was OJH because he was in reverse when I was looking at him. I thought that's not going to go well at the start, and wow, Jed just finding a little extra there. Oh no, he's ahead of Chunky. No, he's just alongside Chunky. It's okay. No shenanigans there. It's legit. He came in like a force to be reckoned with, ladies and gentlemen. And Chunky, a wizened endurance driver, knows it's the long game. It's the long game that matters. And if Jed wants to go sprinting away right at this point, then he can. They've got fuel to last, remember. OJH up and into fourth. And this is what I worry about, these newer guys. Are they aware they're pulling away nicely, but are they saving the fuel that they need to save, or are they saving it later? Thunder, he's running with it. He's going with Letharoo. So Thunder and... oh God, I can't... What are we going to call him, gang? Because I can't say that name every time. Shall I say what his username is? Give me a sec. Demos, he's going as Demos. I'll remember that. Demos is so much easier. Sorry, guys. So Thunder then chasing down Demos up at the front with Duffman in third, OJH in fourth place, and Autosport, he's still thereabouts, you know. He's got himself someone slipped, haven't they? Who slipped down there? Shockey with those medium tyres, but the race should come back later to Shockey, and Steel Horse is in 11th place, but still in the fight, ladies and gents. He's still in sight of those guys ahead of him, and again on those medium tyres. Oh, I'm so sorry, Steel Horse. I'll take that. That is probably commentator's curse. Demos then is leading the way with Thunder hunting him down, but Demos slowly but surely pulling away from the Thunder. Duffman in third, in sight of those guys ahead of him, but OJH is coming in with a absolute belly of fire, ladies and gentlemen. OJH making his mark early doors, comes across Duffman, makes no bones, and surely Duffman must be fuel conserving at this point. OJH just absolutely flew by him effortlessly. So interesting there. OJH is up for some shenanigans, and MJ saying apologies, I'm effectively out the season due to the most insane schedule. Oh man, you were so excited about this one. Demos then leads the way with Thunder hunting him down, but Thunder dropping time from Demos every single corner. Demos pulling away quite hastily. Looked like he was going to lose it then. Thunder keeping an eye on things. OJH then up and ahead of Duffman. Duffman seeming like he's keeping pace now with OJH. Maybe he was just looking for a tow buddy. Maybe he was thinking it'll be easier to save fuel following someone. Autosport is closing in on these guys as well, and he's closing in fast. Ladies and gentlemen, Autosport, remember, qualifying second on the grid, has a tendency to start like Lando Norris and finds himself always down in the pack and having to get his elbows out. But now, with a bit of free air, he's closing in on Duffman and OJH ahead of him. And MJ says, I move house next week, so I'm packing now. Week after I go away for 2 weeks to San Francisco. Hello. Hey, nice stuff, man. Hey, no excuses needed, man. Demos then, absolutely slaughtering it at the moment. And Thunder, he's not far, you know. Thunder, it feels, Thunder, he's keeping 2 seconds over 4 laps. He's losing, what, half a second a lap, but it's a long lap, ladies and gents. Thunder is using a little bit more fuel than Demos at the moment. OJH, oh, Duffman getting a lovely tow there. He's like, oh, now we know how OJH got by him so easily. Because Duffman, and here comes Autosport. Autosport sniffing away, sniffing for a situation to show up. Oh, yeah. So Autosport, he closed in those guys rather quickly, didn't they? We've got Jed in 6th with Chunky in 7th. And Nast up to 8th at the moment. We're on board with Autosport as they have this battle for the early podium. I mean, we're a long way from a checkered flag to talk about podium positions, but it is the podium fight at the moment with OJH, Duffman and Autosport. They're all on the soft tyre. Thunder has bolted. He's trying to stay with DeMoss up ahead, but he is burning fuel doing so. And it's in the corners. Autosport really closes in. He's a lot braver on his brakes than Duffman, but Duffman might be earlier on the brakes as well. So I think he's doing a lot of coasting. I think he's doing a save here. He probably doesn't want to spend the fuel chasing those ahead and thinks this is a steady pace in the tow. And he's just doing a little early braking and coasting through the corners and just trying not to use that accelerator maybe as much as he would going full pelt. And Autosport then sitting there having a look. There's it's an opportunity. Is he? No, he's backed out of that one. Did not fancy that, but he has closed in again on the cars ahead. And Autosport then making his way around. And it's very close there between OJH, Duffman and Autosport. Jed under threat from Chunky. Chunky looming large in Jed's mirrors, and Nast is in that area as well. And oh, Chunky looked like he had a little look there. Did he fancy it? Did he fancy a piece of that action coming out of Le Saux, now going up through Radion Eau Rouge and down this straight? Certainly it's got to be done. It's got to be done. He's got the speed, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like Chunky Ribena just about to take Jed's 6th place away from him. No. Yes. Maybe. Ooh, he just couldn't quite get up alongside him, ladies and gents. Well, is what racing we're seeing here. And now with Chunky, that is the problem. He's committed to the move and left himself a little bit more weak to the attack that Nast is bringing to his rear derriere. And that's saying fuel saving is important in this race, gonna make it very interesting. So yes, so the fuel saving is real, ladies and gents. They're gonna have to. I know there was talk that it was starting on 40%, it was a definite you're gonna have to fuel save the whole race. So they did up it to 50. DeMoss at the moment, fuel save, he needs nothing of the such. He's going to get such a lead that he's going to crawl home. Oh, someone's joined the room a little late to the party. Thunder, OTR, absolutely up for the fight here. Only is still pegging DeMoss at 2 seconds there. DeMoss not pulling away from the Thunder like he probably would like. OJH here. Oh, there's a little wiggle from OJH, and it's unsporting, sir, to try and break the toe. And Autosport ahead of Duffman. Duffman, no, I think he's backed out of that with OJH being very erratic. And oh no, ladies and gents, Autosport, I'm not saying it may have happened, but there was erratic driving, it has to be said beforehand. OJH, he doesn't look like he's going to yield to Autosport, so it's going to be one for the stewards, I am sure. But Autosport, I bet he's not very happy with that. Let's have a look, if we may. Not Duffman. Shoot, I'm going to look at the wrong person. This is the one we want. So that is, they're very, oh yeah, I don't think he realised Autosport had got up the side of him somewhat when whilst he was doing his wiggle, but you can't really wiggle like that. Oh no, OJH has offered the place back to Autosport, and Duffman slipped through as well, so OJH has lost, but he's going to go for a lunge. No, not quite on Duffman. Duffman holding the ground. Duffman, another seasoned racer, he knows what he's doing. He won't be harassed or harangued. And OJH very, very frantic out there. He's racing. He's racing hard, isn't he, ladies and gentlemen? He wants to smooth it out a little bit, go with the groove. It's a long race. It's not over in 5 laps. This one, you've got to build your win. You've got to build your race up This is the early doors. This is the foundations of what's going to come at the end, my friend. This isn't the actual race. This is just the settling in period. So Demos then building great foundations, it has to be said, for later in the race. And Thunder trying to stay with him, losing another 3/10, but still not terrible. Now the skies, to me, ladies and gents, are looking rather grey now. Autosport's picked up a penalty, and Duffman will be there for it. For show, there you go. Autosport paying it. Duffman closes in. He introduces himself around the outside, just because I think Autosport was defending that inside line. And that is Duffman up and into third place, ladies and gents. This is coming on nicely. And Nast up to fifth. OJH dropping like a brick, it would seem. OJH looking at a move at Nast. And Nast, remember, was on the... No, he was on the soft tyre. So Nast has been slowly coming through the field. Oh, poor Jed. Poor Jed hit the curb. Very, very wrong. And he ended up flying across and having a tap. But he doesn't look like he's damaged. So he might have got away with it. Oh, did he take Chunky with him? Because him and Chunky were racing. Chunky doesn't look damaged, but yeah, it looks like Deviant got through. OJH still having a go at Anast. And Deviant closing in on these guys on the medium tyre. So maybe the medium tyre. Now, Deviant has gone fastest on the medium tyre. So maybe the soft already on lap 7 has passed its best. That'd be very surprising, but... Deviant is on those medium tyres and he is looking rather racy. Jed and Chunky going at it again. Don't forget you can catch all of this action on Chunky Ribina's YouTube channel. And him and Jed are having an absolute battle royale, ladies and gents. It looks fun. It looks fun. Oh, Chunky picking up a half a second penalty, and so is Jed as well. The stewards not taking kindly to their shenanigans out there. Deviant on the medium tyres starting to go for some, and OJH is the next on his list to be occupied. Yes, OJH under fire from the medium tyre Deviant, and I'm starting to wonder if the medium tyre is the way to be at the moment. Shocky started on those mediums. He looks like he's doing all his saving early doors. He's not that far behind the Chunks and Jed, who are going to be paying a penalty pretty soon. So Shocky should be able to get past them. And Steel Horse, we saw him have a bit of a spin. Oh dear. Adnap saying that Jed's got to give Chunky his position back after we saw their shenanigans together. So they've both paid their penalty and Chunky's gone through as well. So all done now. And now Jed coming back for a run against the Chunky. Chunky up there. Shocky incoming, ladies and gentlemen. Never count out the Dutchman. And Shocky closing in rather swiftly. Has a look around the outside of Jed. Oh, has Jed spun out? No, he's good. He's good. I heard squealing. Someone spun out. Oh, it's EJ, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, no. OJH, sorry, not EJ. OJH. Oh, what a... He was having an absolute cracker as well, ladies and gents. He was coming in side by side. Oh no, Deviant was on the race with him. And just on the curbs. Just a little bit. He may have had to... He probably could have given... I don't know what he could have done. I would have done exactly the same, spun out. So, who am I to say? But, yeah, EJ then. Come on. That's it. Having an issue with the penalty... with the curbs. Demos still leads the way. He's doing okay. He's keeping them 218s going. He's pulled away from Thunder. I think Thunder is now having to ease off a little bit for fuel conserve, maybe, for a lap or two. He has used a wee bit more than Demos ahead of him. Duffman in a fight with Autosport. Duffman with a bit more fuel on board than Autosport. But again, we're just talking a smidgen of fuel, nothing in it. Nothing to concern yourself with. So Duffman at the moment holding on to that third place. He's nearly, well, 9.5 seconds. I was going to say nearly 10 seconds off of Thunder, but 9.5 seconds. And the fuel is pretty much the same between the two of them. So it's going to be hard to see how they're going to make that ground back up. And Nast is closing in on these guys. He really is. The soft tyres are starting to look rather used, but not deadly used. Deviant still, like a machine, is ploughing through the pack, ladies and gents. He is holding nothing back in the Merck Shady sponsored Red Bull. Chunky in 7th ahead of the Jed, and Jed having a warning from the trackside marshal. Overdriving Shockey in 9th. Those medium tyres, I think he's going to be going very long into this race, ladies and gents. He's going to try and make this a one-stopper. He's going to try and get those mediums to go a long time, so he's going to be keeping an eye on how these guys out there on the softs are doing, how long they last, when they think their tyres are gone, so he knows. And the car will be lighter at the end, remember, so the tyre wear won't be as harsh. OJH there, cutting his teeth with the Red Bull. I don't know, he may have been here last week. If you look at Chunky's older stream from last week, you'll see my chair's really creaking. I'm sorry if you're picking it up. Oh yeah, just down the coffee. That was lovely. Oh. So DeMoss at the moment doing a great job. He's looking after his tyres. Fuel is it should be okay. It's not radically different from those around him. Thunder, I think Thunder is just trying to stay as close to DeMoss as he possibly can throughout the race, and see where they land when they go to the medium tyres. Autosport again ahead of Duffman. So Autosport again, but this could be Duffman's game. Duffman, like I said, a wily racer. He just could be using Autosport here for a tow. A great way to fuel save. Now the tyres are starting to get a bit crabby on the softs, and they're not really pushing in hot laps. This would be a good time to decide a few laps. Sat behind someone, a can-do attitude ahead of you can always punch a hole in the air. So Duffman catching a lift, one would say, off the slipstream of Autosport, I think. Autosport burning off a little bit more fuel than Duffman at the moment. I mean, Duffman was towing Autosport around for a couple of laps, so I guess it is only fair. Deviant is the wonder. Deviant is the black horse in the pack at the moment on those medium tyres, but going really, really well. Lord Autozam in the chat saying there is no fuel saving this race, so someone thinks they're going to floor it all the way, and we will see. So Deviant there, and he's got a Nast right up and in his rear derriere. A Nast looking for positions here, not qualifying as well as he would like. He obviously has the pace to be up there with the leaders, but I think qualifying issues putting down the pack, and he's had to fight his way through, and he's done that absolutely fantastically. And now his next target is Deviant, who is on the medium tyre, remember, but Deviant going very well on the tyre. The tyre's still fresh, and he's running good pace, 19s and 18s. But Nast might be catching the lift as well off the toe, and Nast just getting the fastest sector of the race so far as he tries to find a way past. Shall we get on board? The better camera, though, that's one. On board the Red Bull, liveried Red Bull, chasing down the Mercedes of Deviant. Sorry for the coughs, I should mute, but it's just a tickle. I'm not ill. So Deviant 1 second ahead of us, so we've lost the toe now. If we're a Nast, the tyres are about half in there, just under half used. The car still seems to be quite balanced in the corners. They're turning in. When he turns the wheel, it turns. That's always good. It's always a good thing. So a Nast in 6th place, 4.5 seconds ahead of Jed, who's got himself back ahead of the Chunky. But again, a lot of games out there, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think some of these guys wish to be the lead car, but there is someone in the chat, I'm assuming they're taking part in the race, saying that there is no need for fuel save. So I'm unsure. And Duffman, not that far. Duffman and Autosport, Deviant, all closed in on each other. Wowzers. So Duffman did a 220.5 last time out. It's going to change in a minute. 19.3 from Autosport, 19.3 from Deviant, and then Nast did a 20.3, but they are all closing in. Now they've got new lap times. 21.5. So I reckon Duffman definitely is now looking into saving some fuel. And Autosport 22.7, Deviant 19.5. So Deviant, he's on a mission, and he's not looking to hold back. Where it looks like Duffman, unless there was a mistake or a racing incident between the two of them, they did both lose a good chunk of time that last lap around, and it has put Deviant into play. And Autosport's tyres are starting to look a bit pained, and Duffman not as bad. So, oh no, sorry, I pulled away. There's a move going on there with Deviant up the inside of Autosport, and the move is made. My word, Autosport leaving himself wide open to the Red Bull behind him, as Deviant now wishes to go head to head with Duffman, tip to tip. And Duffman going wide. Duffman's not interested. He's fuel saving. He's conserving, ladies and gents. This is not the race for him now. Deviant has decided he's going to put some laps down. Maybe he doesn't like 15 seconds behind Demos at the front, and he's decided this is the time to chase the leaders. Autosport now has his hands full with Nast, but Nast, he's got just as bad tyre wear on it as Autosport, so this could be a little sloppy. Duffman really is easing off, isn't he? Duffman, he's saving all his fuel in one lap, I think. So Duffman really easing off for some reason. It's a strange one. And Nast having a bit of a lag as they tried to overtake, and Autosport then up to fourth, and Nast in fifth. And Duffman there losing a lot of time over the last couple of laps. He's got to be careful because Jed is closing in. He's got Chunky Ribena on his tail, and Shockey is in that little stream as well. OJH a little further back, but well ahead of Steel Horse, who hide cursed in the very beginning of the race, so I feel very bad. Demos then leads the way, 4 seconds ahead of Thunder. And Thunder there ahead of Deviant, who's just slinging. He's slinging his Red Bull. He's not hanging about. And yeah, it's interesting. I don't know if there's any kind of fuel save going on with Deviant at this point. He's just going for it. And Thunder, the tyres are starting to look. See, now, I mean, they've got plenty of white, and we have seen these guys go to the extremes with the tyres, but not in this. This is a fragile car. This is all about aerodynamics and grip, ladies and gents. An old set of tyres on this won't work like they do on the saloons that these guys are used to driving. These are a lot lighter, and those tyres are pretty much, they're done. They're done for these guys. Even though they're showing a bit of white there, these cars are not designed that way. So I don't know how long they'll take these softs into the race. It seems, I mean, he did 19.9. I'm saying these tyres are crumbled, but I just think it's more accentuated, the lack of grip, because of the aero package in the corners. The aero package doesn't work as well as the tyres scrub down, obviously, and I think it happens earlier in the tyre's life. It's what I think. But I might be wrong. It's been a long time since I've driven a Red Bull Junior. So they may have changed them physics, and they might say, Thingy, you're talking twaddle, the tyres are fine until they're not. Who knows? So Demos at the moment absolutely laying it on out there, with Thunder setting chase in second. Deviant recently up and into third on the medium tyres. He started on the medium tyres and has absolutely been slinging his junior ever since. And Nast is now up to fourth ahead of Autosport. Duffy, where the man, Duffman, down in 10th. He's pitted, he's gone for hard tyres, ladies and gents. He's trying to make a one stop out of this. That's epic, Duffman. We'll see what he can do. I mean, you don't need to fuel save if you're on hard tyres. You can't put the accelerator down anyway. There's no grip there whatsoever. So it's a brave move. It's an interesting move. I didn't see Spain. I don't know. I think in round one, I don't think no one bothered with the hard. I'm not sure. The rules might say you have to use hard, for all I know. I can't remember. Maybe I'll go and get my phone and then we'll find out. Here we go. Someone's probably updating me on the rules on Vodka Rob. Do you know? Brave going for hards. That's what I thought, but maybe they have to. I can't remember, and my phone's on charge over the other side of the room. I might go and grab it. I thought they had all three. As I thought I remembered it, is all three compounds are available, but they've got to use at least two. That's what I thought it was. But Duffman's gone for the hards. Mediums for OJH. He's recently pitted. Come out just ahead of Steel Horse, who's on those mediums, and they're still going strong. So Steel Horse, actual racing with OJH, who's got off his soft tyres and onto the mediums. And Steel Horse is closing in rather swiftly. Looks like he's going to get a move as OJH gets... there you go. Two compounds have to be used. There you go, of the three. So there you go, and OJH just about staying ahead of the Steel Horse. Steel Horse's tyres nicely bedded in, but now OJH's tyres will be up to temperature, I'd imagine, and the car will be feeling a little bit more grippier and a little more racier for him. And it's grand stuff here for 11th and 10th at the moment. Duffman's pitted, he's put the hard tyres on. We'll have a quick look through the field. I don't want to cut away from this race. It feels like something is going to happen. And I don't want to miss epic racing. That is a really... OJH has turned up with an absolutely class livery, it has to be said. They're all class liveries, in all fairness, but that one is special. So DeMoss is in. We'll have to come back and see how that goes. Thunder stayed out. Those tyres are pretty grisly. Deviant's mediums are doing absolutely superb. And Nast comes in. He comes in. And Autosport stays out. He fancies longer on those soft tyre. Chunky Ribena brings his soft tyres in. And Jed did pit the time before and set up some mediums. So Chunky's going to want to try and beat Jed out. But Jed looks like he's going great guns. Duffman on those hard tyres has given up a few spaces there. He was ahead of Jed on track. But then we saw him slowing down and letting them all through. So maybe not. Thunder is the new leader of the race, ladies and gents, with Deviant in second on the original tyres he started on. DeMoss back out on a set of mediums. Now, can he make those mediums last for the whole race? I think he can. No, it's a Renault. You remember when Renault retook over Lotus and they kept with the black and gold? So it's yeah, I suppose it looks like the JPS. I think it's the Kimi Räikkönen days. Yeah, when Kimi was driving, I think first of all for Lotus, and then Lotus retake the team and stuck with the same livery. And yeah, it was a little bit like an ode to the JPS one. OJH though, he's maintained that position ahead of the Ferrari, with Thunder leading still, Deviant in second, DeMoss out of the pits on a set of medium tyres. Can he make them go the rest of the race? I mean, looking at Deviant's tyres, he's done 14 laps. They're not even half used yet, so that's, you know, you can say there's a guaranteed 28 laps in them tyres, and then you only need an extra 4 laps on top of that. So I'm saying with, oh wow, what we've got left, 18 laps to go, I think he can do it. I don't think he needs to change those mediums. Autosport, he's trying to wring every last bit out of those softs that he can, and he is dicing, ladies and gentlemen. He is causing himself stress, because you're making it more likely you're going to spin the longer you try to keep an old set of tyres going. Shockey, remember, he started on those mediums, didn't have a great qualifying. And Vodkrop saying, all right, I see, looks great, whatever it is fantastic stuff. Thunder in then. Thunder is in. What happened with Chunky? Jed did get ahead of Chunky there. Chunky on a set of medium tyres, as is Jed. So that's a fight that's going to continue on. Deviant now leads this race, and he hasn't used his second compound yet. He's going to try and get those mediums to go as late as he possibly can, and then probably put a set of softs on at the end. And well, can he catch up Demos at the end? He's 5 seconds ahead, but it's going to be interesting. Thunder out of the pit, 7 seconds behind Demos. Only 2 seconds ahead of Shocky. Shocky, though, is still on his original set of tyres. Hasn't been in for a second compound yet. And the mediums are going very well. I think these guys, I think Duffman may have made a mistake with those hards. Has he gone into the pits? He's crashed. No, he hasn't. Camera got stuck. Sorry, ladies and gents. He's doing 220s, which some of those guys are. Oh, Duffman. I think the mediums may have been okay. But maybe it'll come back to him in the end later in the race. Maybe these guys on the mediums will struggle come... I mean, Deviant's going to stay out as late as he can and then put them softs on. We saw the softs for these guys were lasting up to about 13 laps, 12 good laps on the soft tyres these guys were getting. So Deviant really just needs to go to another 15 laps, though, isn't it? It is another 15 laps, it has to be said. No, it's not. Sorry. It's only another 5 laps, isn't it? And he can put a set of softs on because they were lasting about 12 laps. So, yeah, Deviant, he's not in a bad place, you know. Demos there, he's on the slower tyre now. So, it's going to be interesting. Deviant's used a little more fuel than Demos at the moment. Thunder in third. He's running to the end on those mediums. But these could... I mean, Deviant with a set of softs on at the very end here, and Shocky, remember. Shocky yet to use a set of softs. He only has to go another 5 laps or so. And then probably go a little longer. They'll probably go 6, 7 laps and give themselves some really racy tyres for the end. And if they can save the fuel as well and just totally floor it for the last 10 laps or so, I mean, that's going to be rocking for them, isn't it? They're going to catch up, the leaders, surely. Anast in 5th again on the mediums, I think running to the end now. Jed under fire from Autosport. How's Autosport got into this little situation down here? Remember, Autosport and Duffman were up fighting for a podium, and they somehow, during the pit stages, have put themselves down in the fight behind them with Jed and the Chunks. Duffman's behind them by 4 seconds, and Autosport, I don't know. Autosport didn't have the best of laps that last time around. And now Jed getting a lovely tow through Eau Rouge. And he's going to try and get the move done down the straight, possibly. No, he's tucked back in. No, he's back out again. There we go. That's a shot, isn't it? Autosport just staying ahead of the Polish pilot as Chunky Rybina looms large, and again there goes Jed pulling out into the braking zone. Brave, the car sliding, but he's giving space. He's giving space, and he pulls that one off, ladies and gents. Absolute trooper of a move, and that's Jed up and into 6th place, and Autosport now has Chunky Rybina to deal with. Can he come back? That's the only form. That's the only way of staying ahead of Chunky Rybina is going on the attack with the Polish pilot, Chunky Rybina. Staying behind him, hoping maybe these two take each other out, and he gets a free two-place bump up the pack. But Autosport and Jed at the moment racing very close, but very clean, very nice stuff here of Autosport. Autosport absolutely looming large in his mirrors. It looks like they're pushing a little harder than Chunky. Chunky backing off for fuel, maybe. It's hard to tell, but these two are not saving anything. They're leaving nothing on the table. Jed trying to stay ahead of Autosport. Autosport wants that position back as they come towards the corner formerly known as Bus Stop, and Autosport does take the position, but Jed's around the outside. Jed, we've seen people, we saw OJH absolutely spin it off of the curbs trying to move like that, but Jed did the sensible thing, pulled it out of the move, and thought he saves it for another day rather than looking at the barrier. And Chunky he's saving something. Chunky's saving something, I tell thee. If you get over there, you can ask him in his chat. He's saying, are you saving something, Chunky? Duffman in ninth. I think it was a misstep, the hard tyre, but I may be wrong. He's only 5 seconds behind the Chunks, but I think the medium tyres are going to hold on. Lap 17, and Deviant's tyres are still looking okay. He's still pulling 219s out of his butt ski, and it's looking very good. Demos might be getting a little panicked now. Demos might be thinking that Deviant, they're both... Demos has got a little more fuel in the reserves, ladies and gentlemen, so he's obviously trying to save a little bit, because he knows there's going to be an epic battle after Deviant's pit stop, and Deviant's going to absolutely haul it to the rear derriere of Demos. So Thunder in 7th place, looking good for a podium so far. I don't want to rock that boat. Shocky yet to pit like Deviant. He's going to be on those soft tyres come the end of the race, and he's going to be a danger, an absolute danger to the top runners. Nast doing, he's picked up a half a second penalty, but he's got 7 seconds on Autosport, who is now leaving Jed behind, and Chunky just keeping an eye on affairs ahead of him, it seems. Doesn't seem to want to get too tied in on that racing ahead. Oh, hello. Helmet cap. We're stuck to the side of Chunky's helmet. And we're sat in 8th place then. On board the junior. He's recently, a couple of laps ago, put on a set of mediums, which we assume is going to last him to the end of the race. Duffman went to hard tyres, and I think he's hoping that these guys tear up these medium tyres. He's not losing a hell of a lot of time on those hard tyres. I suppose with the fuel save involved as well, that you're able to sort of maintain the pace, because these guys on the softer compounds. Ooh, Chunky closing in on our Polish pilot here. Is there a move on? Oh, come on, Chunks. Right here, right now. For us, on the stream. Do it. No. Maybe the switcheroo coming up through there. Oh, yeah. Oh, the Chunky delivered, ladies and gentlemen. And Jed dropping in for the toe straight away. He's going to want to try and pull that one back, obviously, into the braking zone. But it's too late. You can't take it back. We see it. We saw it. We were there. We witnessed. We bear witness to a beautiful move. And Chunky again yielding. I think a small mistake over the curbs there. And he had to back out of it, and Jed then goes back up ahead in 7th. Autosport in 6th. He's happy they're racing each other. It's helping him get away from them. And Nast, secret assassin, come in there without anyone noticing. Got himself up to 5th ahead of them. And Shocky yet to pit, as well as Deviant. Lap 18 of 32. Deviant's tyres, what we're going to say, 40% torn up. Demos still holding that 6 seconds, 219s from both drivers at the moment. Thunder closing in a little bit. He's going a little faster than the cars ahead of him. Feels he's got a bit of fuel to burn. And Shocky, it's got to be a worry. Deviant and Shocky for Demos Thunder, and really it was Duffman that I thought was going to get that third, or Autosport, and they've seemed to shuffle down now, and Nasta's moved up into that position. But Deviant, I think, is going to come out in 3rd. I've got a feeling. Yeah, because Shocky's going to pit. Maybe somewhere around a Nast. Between a Nast and Autosport, I think Deviant might come out, but he's going to be on those soft tyres, and he's going to be hauling somewhat of his rear derriere around Spa-Francorchamps. So far, glorious sun here at the random weather. Did you hold your breath? Sorry, I haven't checked on you. 42 minutes in, not a droplet. Not a little droplet. If you want rain, you're going to have to make it rain. You're not going to get it with the random. You should know by the roulettes that it's always going to be the lowest worth. If it's got just money, it'll be the smallest pile. And if there's a suspension arm in there, you know it's going to be that. Or a push rod. that you're never going to use. And that is the same as the weather. So Deviant then 6-second lead on Demos, but we're in that phase of the race where they're just holding out at the moment. No one knows. They don't want to release any information. I mean, I believe Deviant's going to stay out to at least lap 20. He might try and push it 22. 10 laps on the softs are easy. You can do it. So Deviant, I think he might go lap 22. He's going to come in. He's going to come out between a Nast and Autosport, I think. 22 seconds for a pit stop. I mean, does it tell you, Demos? It was rather quick. It's only a wheel change, isn't it? It's only 10 seconds. Sorry, he might come out behind Thunder. So he will be in third. Shockey's going to pit. I didn't realise it was only 10 seconds. Of course, it is only a short pit stop because... And they lose another 5 seconds. 15 seconds. 15 seconds. Yeah, I'm going to say between a Nast and Autosport. 15. No, ahead of a Nast. Maybe. Anyway. Oh, he's going in now. 19. There you go, ladies and gents. I hush my mouth. So this is it. This is where it gets lively. Because now Demos, he's locked into his strategy. He's locked into his strategy, and he's just got to be aware of what Deviant's doing. Thunder also locked into his strategy, going to the end, hopefully has saved enough fuel to put up a battle if Deviant comes. Now, Deviant hasn't got much more fuel than him. If anything, he's got a little less. So I don't know how much he can push it on those soft tyres. But, I mean, coasting through with the extra grip, it could be possible. Could be possible. So yeah, ahead of a Nast. Sorry, he's way ahead of a Nast. So I pulled that one totally wrong. Chunky going in for a second pit stop. He's feeling stuck behind the Jed maybe, and he's going to go in and put a slice set of softs on and see if he can pull through. He could do, you know, if these guys are on mediums, but it's about the fuel, isn't it? It's about what fuel they've got come the end of the race. Demos at the moment, he's just going to hold stay. He's doing 2:19s, Mr. Consistent. Thunder 7 seconds behind, and now Deviant, but it's about fuel, ladies and gents. If he's not got the fuel to absolutely sling Junior, then he's not going to be able to put the lap times in to catch the guys ahead. But he's 12.7 seconds behind of Demos at the moment, and we will see, maybe Shockey yet to pit, but he's been caught up by a Nast, and a Nast wants to get by, ladies and gentlemen, and does not want to mess about. But Shockey, he's holding his line, and he's not being disturbed. The Flying Dutchman will not be intimidated, ladies and gents. So a Nast in his Red Bull, looking one way, looking another, again having a think about around the outside, tries to turn in, but unfortunately Shockey cannot get out of his way. And Nasto, oh, is he building up to an overtake here? He really fancies it. And remember, Shockey's been on those medium tyres since the beginning. Deviant's come out, he's pulled the trigger on the soft tyre for the end of the race. Demos, he's finishing the race on the mediums, as is Thunder, so Deviant is a concern to him. And Shockey, this really isn't for position for a Nast. It must be quite frustrating because Shockey's got a pit. And for Shockey, he needs to keep if he can keep a Nast back, that's easier for him to catch up later with them soft tyres. But a Nast does get through. And Shockey stays out. Shockey stays out on the mediums. Interesting. Autosport, 5 seconds behind them. And he's 1.5 seconds ahead of the Jed. Duffman on those hard tyres, hoping that it comes back to him, but he's 11 seconds now adrift of Jed. OJH is starting to pull him in with 220s on his medium tyres. And OJH might get something out of this. Duffman, I think he should have bailed out of this one. Put some soft tyres on for the end of the race, for the last 12 laps at least. Steel Horse up into 10th because Chunky pitted and put on a set of softs. So this is the acid test, and Duffman, really, if you leave it too long, you're going to miss the opportunity. You may have left it too long already. But my advice would be do a chunk, get in the pits, get them soft tyres on. But again, it's about the fuel, isn't it? What they've burnt through the race. Demos seems he's quite comfortable. He's only used half the amount of fuel and we are way over halfway, so Demos can absolutely floor it, I'm sure, for the rest of this race. He's 7 seconds on the Thunder, and Thunder as well seems to have a fair whack of fuel. We're only 11 laps to the end of the race, so I think fuel is absolutely all right. Deviant then can floor it with those soft tyres. If fuel isn't a concern, that plays into Deviant's idea. He was 12 seconds behind Demos. Now he's 9.5 seconds, only 2.5 seconds behind Thunder. So with the fuel not being a problem for the end of the race, Deviant can really sling it. And that's now Shockey still yet to pit. And what's he waiting for? Because fuel is not a concern. Get the softs on, lad, and go to town. Autosport in 6th place ahead of the Jed. Only 1.3 seconds. Jed coming in strong. Duffman, get in the pits, my friend. Get in the pits. Get those soft tyres on. Go and have fun. And Vodka Rob says, I just popped in and said hello to the Chunks. Good. Hope he's doing okay. He's just gone and put some softs on. He's gone crazy. But it might work for him. I've got a feeling this might work for him. He's only 1.2 seconds behind Steel Horse. Steel Horse is still in the fight with the OJH. Has Steel Horse pitted yet? Is they still the original tyres that he started with? Steel Horse, like Shockey, yet to pit. Shockey's in. Shockey has pulled the trigger on that bad boy. Deviant, it's just coming up to 9 seconds now away from Demos. Can he do it? Ladies and gentlemen, 10 more laps to go. And Deviant is hauling ass. A 2:17.4 for Deviant at the moment. And Nast running to the end in 4th. Autosport chasing him down, but 4 seconds adrift. Jed in 6th, and Jed's looking racy. Shockey comes out behind the Jed. Don't get that 3-second penalty. Beautiful stuff, good stuff. And he's got OJH coming up strong behind him. OJH coming in fast and hard. Shockey, though, on the soft tyres, up to temperature. Let's go. Let's go, Shockey. The 15 seconds on the Jed. I mean, we've seen Deviant pull in 3 or 4 seconds, but only 10 laps to go. It's a big, big ask for Shockey from 7th place on those soft tyres. OJ chasing him down. Chunky has already got himself past. Oh, Duffman's done it. Duffman pulled the trigger. It's like, what the hell? You're right. Those hard tyres are doing me no favours whatsoever. He's gone to the soft tyre and seeing how far up the ladder he can climb before the end of the race. It is the wise thing to do. I might not be. I'm no expert. What do I know? But he was going nowhere on those hard tyres, and the medium tyres, they just lasted. That was the oh, Thunder's picked up a penalty, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is music, I tell you, to Deviant's ears as we come up to the penalty zone. And has he already paid it? He might have caught it too soon. I would have thought Deviant would have closed in a lot quicker than that for half a second. So it looks like he picked up the penalty too close to the penalty zone to pay it. So Deviant then. Do you miss the old days in GT Sport where you used to be able to pay your own penalty in corners? Just lift a little earlier. Don't know, seemed easier. I mean, not easier, but it didn't seem as harsh going down a straight. So Deviant then. Closing in on Thunder, and I believe Thunder may still have a penalty, but I'm not sure. And 7 seconds now from Demos. Demos must be absolutely going insane out there at the front. He must be thinking, what can I do? As Deviant, come on Deviant, I'm thinking to do the take so we can move around. This one's a slow burn, ladies and gentlemen. There's a while to go. I thought, but at least at the penalty zone, when he always getting burbles. Whoa, sends it. How does he make the corner? He does, and that is the grip advantage those soft tyres on a lighter fuel load can do for you. Absolutely cracking stuff. Thunder, oh, and Thunder's still got that penalty. But great stuff from Deviant there, up to first, 7 seconds behind Demos. I've got to look again because I've said both of them now and I've confused myself. One tick. That's not that button. That button. Demos, sorry. I think I called him Demas a few times. So Demos then leads the way, 6 seconds. Deviant really making a race of this come the end. Thunder now down into third, but he looks pretty safe from Anast. Autosport, it doesn't look like he's making any imprint onto Anast either. Jed is holding ground with Autosport. He's not getting any closer to him. Autosport maintaining the pace of the Jed. Shockey back out of the pits on those soft tyres. And he's pulling away from OJH now. And Chunky slinging Junior on the softs, closing in on the OJH. Duffman already past Steelhorse, who may have pitted by now. He's come in and he's put them soft tyres on. So I don't think Duffman, he's really lost too much. Maybe a position to OJH, maybe possibly he would have stayed ahead of Shockey. But Shockey would have caught him up, wouldn't he, on those soft tyres. So I don't think Duffman really, I think Chunky may have caught him up as well. In the end, look at Chunky go, 2.9 seconds from OJH. OJH at the moment doing 220s as he tries to chase Shockey down. Chunky Ribena 218, nearly 2 seconds faster. That's the difference. Deviant down to 5.5 seconds, 17.5 last time around from Deviant. Demos 220. You see, I don't know if that's the medium. It's got to be the medium tyres, doesn't it? Because he's got a healthy fuel load. But yeah, Deviant just slowly closing in. Lap 24 of 32. And 8 more laps to go. And Deviant is hungry, ladies and gentlemen. Thunder in third place. Looks like it's going to be a good solid podium for OTR Thunder this race. Great stuff from the Ferrari liveried Junior. And Nast up and into 4th place. Great debut on the Thingamajig Racing channel. He might have raced last week in España, but for us, this is our first viewings of Demos and Anast and OJH. 3 newbies. You go away for 1 week and it's all change, isn't it? So Anast then on those medium tyres, 8 seconds behind the Thunder. He did an 18.7 last time around. Thunder doing a 21.4, so Thunder might, the fuel's about Thunder's got more fuel than Anast, so I don't know if the Thunder is just he's losing a bit of pace somewhere. Oh, he had that penalty, didn't he? But still, the pace that Anast is going, he's going to close in on Thunder, and Thunder might not get this podium. He's going to have to be careful. He's going to have to pick up the pace, I'm afraid. 4.4 seconds now for Deviant as Anast closes in on the podium battle. Autosport 5 seconds behind Nast, and he's doing 220s as well. He did 220 last time around. He was doing 218s before that. So I don't know why he's dropped a bit of time. The Jed, he was closer than that, so Autosport pulled away a little bit from the Polish pilot. Shockey on those soft tyres, not seeming to make an impression. A 19.6. Easily pulled away from OJH, who now has got problems with the chunks. The chunks is here. The chunks has closed in. Our master in the chat saying it's good to keep up with things with your my favourite WRC merch wearing commentator. There's no others, but that's besides the point. Ah, bless you. Yeah, they gave me a hat. It's great. I love it. Proper gangster, man. I'll walk through the hood. They know I'm there. So you should get to their Discord and then look at their merch. You'll be amazed. So Chunky Ribena on those soft tyres, closing in fast to the OJH. 8 tenths now. Duffman, 10. See, Duffman's closing. Oh, it looked like OJH totally missed that corner. He's pulled out of that one. And that's Chunky, only 4 seconds behind Shockey. Now, the problem is, Shockey is also on a set of soft tyres. So now the job's getting harder for Chunky. Poor old OGH. I think he got himself a bit messed up through a rouge and just pulled out of the way of Chunky as he closed in. Duffman, 9 seconds on OJH, and OJH will be wishing he'd got him for the soft tyres at this rate. Demos so far 3.5 seconds ahead of Deviant. 25 laps of 32. Still 7 laps to go. And Deviant is absolutely hauling Junior, ladies and gents. Even the cameraman doesn't know what to look at. What are we looking at? You seen something in the tree? So, yeah, Dimos. He's got a lot of work. He's got a lot of work, man alive. He did so well. He led so gallantly for so long. But I think Deviant is definitely a concern here. Thunder in third. He's lost another second to a Nast. A Nast, an 18.5. Fast as he's gone so far this race. Thunder doing a 2.18. He's picked up that pace again. And I think he's going to have to maintain that pace now for the rest of this race, because Anast is chasing down that podium. 19.4. Anast does a 18.8. The pressure's on for Thunder. 7.5 seconds. Deviant, 3 seconds. Autosport, 5.6 from Anast. But Jed, he's not closing in, is he? These two are about a similar pace. I think they've used the mediums. There's nothing more left in the mediums. Shockey not able to close in as drastically on Jed as we've seen others do so. And Chunky Ribena is the man on the move. A second faster than Shockey is managing so far. 19.4 for Shockey. And Chunky doing an 18.4. 1 second faster, and Shockey's going to find himself in a whole heap of trouble from the Chunks. OJH only 6 seconds ahead of the Duffman. The Duffman flying now. And I imagine he wished he'd gone on to these soft tyres earlier. Dimos, 2.7 seconds from Deviant. Deviant absolutely laser focused on the prize, ladies and gentlemen. And it's not often when the cull is not around that the wins are there. No, he doesn't win every single one. I've seen him make some whopping mistakes and give away some wins. So, but Deviant looking very strong at the moment. 2 seconds on Dimos. And God, Mega Tom, he's in, out. I hope he's shaking it about now. So Deviant is closing that gap. Thunder, he's holding that 7 seconds from Anast. Anast going very wide there. He might have lost a bit of time there. And they've got a bit of dirt on those tyres. And I think these mediums have only got a shelf life anyway. Oh, Autosport closing in a little bit to Anast. But he's picked up a penalty. Jed, 4.3 seconds, dropping further back. Shockey now, 3 seconds ahead. And Shockey's got to pick that pace up because Chunky Ribena is bringing it home. OJH is maintaining somewhat ahead of Duffman. I don't know if Duffman made a mistake, an 18.5 last time around, but Duffman down to 5 seconds on the OJH. So OJH is he's going to be getting caught by Duffman at the moment, but Duffman just trying to rescue something out of this race after a error in judgment on the tyres. Dimos leads 1.5 seconds. Deviant is on his way. My good golly and gosh. Sitting on the helmet cam of Deviant as we close in on the leader who has led pretty much from qualifying up until this point. I mean, Deviant led for a bit while Dimos was in the pits. But Dimos has controlled this race from the start. And here we are, lap 27 of 32. And Deviant playing the long game. Has come and he's got himself within a second or just shy of a second away from the leader, and his soft tyres still got some life in them, but how much can he keep them going? Remember, the redder they get, the more chance that he'll go flying off the road, and we're not looking for that. Thunder 8.5 seconds behind this battle, still ahead of Anast, with Autosport in 5th place. Probably not the race Autosport was hoping for. I don't know really what happened. Him and Duffman kind of racing each other ahead of Jed and Chunky. And then they somehow, I mean, I know Duffman put the hard tyres on, so that kind of put him behind Chunky and Jed. But Autosport seemed to just fall back. I don't know if he made a mistake or something and just fell into that battle. And Nast got through. Thunder will so want that position. He'll be so made up with a podium, I'm sure. Deviant then, this is for the lead. coming to near the end of the lap. It's down to 6/10 now. And Deviant breathing heavily down the rear derriere of Demos. Demos is going to be thinking, what can I do? What can I do in this situation? What options does he have? So Deviant has caught him up now. We can say he's within a second of Demos. Demos, though, is fuel. He's got plenty of fuel. Demos can still sling it and hope that Deviant maybe has burnt a bit too much fuel, but I think that's probably, he knows his fuel. These guys know their fuel, don't you worry. Thunder with a penalty, but he's pulled a bit of time out, and so has Nast. Now, is this the tyres? Is this the lighter car? The lighter cars as well can be quite a handful. Without the fuel, these cars are pretty light, so the driver's probably feeling they're a bit of a handful at this point. Jed closing back in on Autosport. So Jed coming back into the fight there for that 5th place. Shockey maintaining 3.5 seconds ahead, and Duffman 2.5 seconds behind OJH. OJH gallantly has been trying to keep hold of this 9th place, with Duffman hunting him down on a set of soft tyres. MJ says fuel is looking like an issue. 5 flashing now. Yeah, I know. Well, I assumed they knew what they were doing, you know. I mean, Demos is all right. He's not flashing. Oh, Deviant's caught him up. And Deviant through, absolutely, from nothing. Oh, it's not over yet. Deviant, it is now. Deviant up and ahead of Demos. Why did I pull away, eh? So Deviant, it seemed he just caught him in the braking zone, didn't it? But the fuel is flashing. So MJ said that could be a concern with 4 laps to go, and flashing fuel, it's a worry. It's a worry. Demos not flashing. Thunder is flashing. Nast is flashing. Autosport is flashing. Jed is not. Shockey is flashing. Chunky's flashing. OJH is flashing. Duffman's flashing. Steel Horse. Are you sure, MJ? He's not. Wouldn't it be funny if Steel Horse comes through? Deviant under attack. Maybe the fuel is an issue. Demos around the outside. His fuel is still not flashing. So maybe MJ was correct, and Deviant is having to shave the fuel a little. Maybe he's trying to. Oh man alive, what's he going to do? Oh gosh, I honestly thought it was time to go. I thought they had enough fuel left. They were like 21 over halfway, and still had a good portion of fuel on board. But so Deviant now, maybe this is it. He's going to spend the next 2.5 laps getting a tow for his fuel behind Demos. Demos, you should make him go ahead of you. He wants to save fuel off of your back, and then he's going to try and go for you in the last lap, NASCAR style. So Demos then, this is a bad one, isn't it? Thunder's 10 seconds behind. I think he's having to back off as well as a Nast, and I think that's why you're seeing their time slipping. Autosport with a penalty, and the Jed there 2.5 seconds behind Autosport. Shockey 2 seconds ahead of Chunk, and I think they're being limited now. 7/10 for the Duff man. How much fuel does he want to pay though to try and get past OJH? It's getting very tight come the end of the race. Lord Autozam saying, watch Deviant battle please. Okay, sorry. Everyone's having a battle. Duffy, no, hang on. Duffy's just about to make a move. Oh, he's done it. He's 8/10 behind. Deviant, he's up, he's gone. He's left Demos behind. It's over, Johnny. So maybe Demos has lifted. Maybe he said, no, I'm not going to be your fuel save. And he's going to let Deviant try and burn his fuel out. We didn't see it, unfortunately. But Deviant now 1 second ahead. And he's absolutely slinging it. What time's he doing? A 2:19.3. So he's not saving too much. And Demos there doing a 21, so I'm not sure. The fuel's tight. Thunder there, 8 seconds adrift, and Nast as well, backing off somewhat. Autosport 5 seconds behind. The Jed is at 1.8 seconds behind Autosport. Shockey only 1 second ahead of the Chunks. OJH just ahead of Duffman. Duffman closing in. But again, it's rationing that fuel when you can go on the attack. They want to do it in the corners really and not use the accelerator too much. They want to use the brake for their overtaking, not the accelerator. And Duffman's going to try just that up the inside, around the outside now. But OJH, he's been there before. He said, you can't get around there. I've tried it. Ended up off the road. Try again. And Duffman resets to have another look. Deviant, 2.2 seconds. He's just going for it now. He believes he's got enough fuel to go to the end. And DeMoss just carrying his car with those medium tyres. And Deviant absolutely slinging it, even though fuel is questionable. We will see. Thunder in third place with Anas there and there. In ninth, Duffman's dropped right back. Duffman has absolutely dropped hugely back from OJH. What? The shenanigans. Course, continuing on in 11th place. Deviant then 3 seconds. Maybe he's just pelting it until his fuel runs out and just hopes he's made up enough ground to crawl up to the line. But DeMoss at the moment, he seems to be racing to a delta. He's not chasing after Deviant in any way whatsoever. And Deviant now on the penultimate lap. He's got this lap and the next to try and survive. DeMoss, a lot more fuel on board, but he's opting not to come out of those 220s. He seems to be just... And I don't think that's the tyres. I think they could do faster on those mediums. I'm sure he could. So I'm not sure if he's just a bit wary of his fuel and doesn't want to burn too much, or maybe he's saving it to the very last lap where he's going to go whole hog. And Deviant seems to be, I am going to be skimping fuel on the last lap, so I'm trying to make up as much ground away from DeMoss as I can. I'm sure DeMoss is like a terrorist thing. That's why I keep like changing it, because I don't want to say that. Deviant then, 2.9 seconds ahead of DeMoss. Thunder in third. It's looking good for Thunder at the moment. Anast was closing in, but Nast has got fuel issues himself and might need to back out of that. Autosport's got a half a second penalty, and he's under threat, you know. Jed, only 1.5 seconds. Jed's going for some, and Jed has got a little bit more fuel in reserve than Autosport. Autosport might be having to do some heavy fuel saving come this final lap, and the Jed, absolutely slinging it at the moment, is... and MJ's just got into the room to see the final lap. Excuse me, a little burpy poops. Deviant, 3 seconds. DeMoss. It feels there's something cooking here, but I'm not sure who's cooking. I honestly don't. It feels like there's some sort of like, they've both got a plan, and I don't know whose plan is best. Oh, he's left the room now. Oh, he just wanted that on the stream, didn't he? The Discord address. Put it in the chat. So Deviant then, 3 seconds on DeMoss. Thunder seems safe in third place. Anest has got a bit of a fuel worry. Autosport not closing in though, but I tell you who is closing in, our Polish pilot, and I think it was easy for him because Autosport's gone into major fuel save coming into the final lap. He knows he hasn't got enough to get around. So Jed is up and into 5th place. Patience has paid off. Chunky and Shockey have got the same amount of fuel, and they are at stalemate. Duffman has closed back in on OJH. Oh, and it's a battle and a half for Duffman. Oh, is OJH doing his wiggly thing again? OJH, you can't do that down the straights. Not in these cars. They're not saloons. One gentle tap and they're gone. And Duffman trying to sell a dummy on the outside. He's through. And yeah, it looks like Duffman having to fight. Oh, OJH slings it from a mile back in there. And now Duffman taking no prisoners, saying, no, we can both sling it in late, mate. And Duffman then up and into ninth, and it's getting a little scruffy down here for this scrappy for the battle of 9th and 10th. Deviant still leads 3.3 seconds. Everything looks under control. He's on vapours, but he's on his final lap. Demos, I'm sure now, is putting everything into this lap. Everything he's got, he's putting in. He's got a fair whack more fuel than Deviant, and he's 3.5 seconds behind though. There we go, Thunder 6 seconds ahead of Anast, but Anast I think is nursing his car. Autosport as well, nursing a fuel. Oh, he's back ahead of Jed for some reason. Oh God, we missed that, sorry. So Autosport got back ahead of the Jed. Shockey is still ahead of Chunky. Duffman we saw getting ahead of OJH, and he's pulled away from him a little bit now. And Deviant then, I'm so nervous, his fuel's going to run out. He's got one of, he's here. He's here at the chicane now, this is it. And Deviant then, never a concern for fuel, absolutely timed it to perfection. 4 seconds on Demos in the end. And he crosses the line, a winner of round 3, Spa-Francorchamps. Demos there coming home in 2nd place. And Thunder rounds out your podium. Great drive from Thunder there. And it's a great podium position. Anast in 4th place. And a great drive there. Quiet, low-key drive for Anast to get up there in 4th. Autosport under threat from the Jed. And Autosport just about staying ahead. The back end wanting to step out. And Jed comes home in 6th with Shockey and Chunky. One last dive for the Chunks. Oh no, sorry, the Chunks then gets ahead of the Shock. And Chunky gets the position in the end just about. And Shockey all over the shop. Coming out the corner, but he catches it. It's Chunky in 7th, Shockey in 8th. Duffman in 9th, and I think he, yeah, the hard tyres was a tough call for the Duffman, but hey, he wanted to try something different. The guys ahead of him were getting away, and he thought that the hard tyre, I always think the hard tyre must have a use. It doesn't. 9th for Duffman. OJH coming in 10th. Someone's going to have a word with him, I'm sure, about his wiggly rear derriere as they come down the straights. It's you can't do it. You can't do it, especially with these juniors. If there's contact, they go flying. You've just got to hold the line, man. You move once. Move once, I think is the rule. You move once. And Steel Horse then bringing it on home for that 11th spot. And what an absolute cracking race. I had a great try. I had a great time. AH Gaming saying Deviant here, desperate need of a shower after that. I can imagine. Wow, yeah, hot stuff. So Deviant is the winner. Oh, we get to see his uniform. Oh, very nice. It goes with the suit. It goes with the car. Up 7 places. Great drive from Deviant, ladies and gents. Fantastic stuff. So we'll take that, but I don't know. I don't need them thumbnails. So MJ's done my thumbnails for me. So, yeah, Deviant saying desperate need of a shower after that. Lord Autozam saying fuel was not an issue. No, it seems it wasn't. Adnap saying insane drive. Adnap saying good job. Thunder saying leaving the pack has never felt so wonderful. Well done, my friend. So Deviant took the win and the fastest lap of the race, ladies and gents. Demos getting himself you got to feel for him, man. He controlled that race all the way through until the very end. But Demos getting a 2nd place. This is still good, but still, I imagine he thought the win was there. Thunder in 3rd, and Nast in 4th. Low-key drive from a Nast to get up to 4th. Great stuff. Kept it under the radar as he come through the pack. Autosport in 5th. Missed out on Autosport Duffman. They were looking definite for podiums there, and I don't know what happened. I know what happened to Duffman, but Autosport, I'm not sure, dropped back into that battle with the Jed. And Chunky ended up behind Jed. So the pit stop, it didn't cost him nothing in the end. He had some fun fast laps at the end. So yeah, Chunky getting past Shockey right near the line. That was amazing stuff. So Jed in 6th, Chunky in 7th, Shocky in 8th, Duffman in 9th. Feel bad for Duffman, that was a podium. Looked like a podium shout early doors. OJH in 10th. Great showing from OJH. Great pace. You can't wiggle down the straights, my friend. I'm sure they'll have a word with you, but, you know, even racing-wise, it looks really silly on the stream. And, you know, we like it to look real. I'm trying to get people to think it's real. I'm tricking them into thinking they're seeing real racing. And Steel Horse in 11th. So, ladies and gentlemen, what an absolute banger again from the world racing community. Where will we be next? Who knows, because my phone's still on charge. I never went and got it. So, Vodka in the chat saying, cheers, Thingy, great entertainment, as usual, always, sorry. And Rob also saying, I'm off to get a big arch again. Oh, dude, you are going to turn into a big arch. And Vodka Rob with a fist pump, love heart fist pump. Thank you very much, Vodka Rob. I appreciate you're here almost every stream, man. It must drive you crazy listening to me. Wow, that was fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. Great race. No rain. What a surprise. Hope you didn't hold your breath. I've got a lot, not world racing community per se, but I've got a lot of streams coming up this weekend, so keep your eyes out. There is an easy way to be told when I do streams, but I'm not telling you how to do it. You can work it out. Google it. That's it. Yeah, I think I've got to get in touch with Tie Shredders. I think they've got around for me to do, but I haven't heard from them. I've got another OTH Manufacturers Cup, and I've got a URL Ultimate Racing League F type series race. It's all to come, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it peeled here. We're going to have a festival of racing this weekend on Thingamajig's Racing Channel. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being involved. Thank you for racing. Thank you for being organisers of the racing. Thank you for being involved in the chat, keeping me company during these races. Just a blanket thank you to one and all. I don't expect anyone to be into watching this. It gets me out of my head for a couple of hours where I can just talk about pretend cars going around. It's for my own enjoyment, but the fact that you guys are along for the trip makes it amazing. So bless you all. Turu, peace and love. Peace and love.